So to start this look, I'm going to be using a dark brown eyebrow powder to fill in her eyebrows. Her eyebrows are black, but I never really use black because I just feel like it's a little too harsh and you can get carried away a little quickly. So brown always fills in pretty well as well. And I'm sorry for so much chit chat, but we were just catching up. I'm using a concealer just to clean up her eyebrows a little bit, just highlight the area, and also kind of work as a primer for me. Her skin is tan, so the colors that I'm using might not show up as vibrant against tan skin, so giving me that clean base, the concealer is definitely helping out. Besides the concealer, sometimes I'll use MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. That definitely does the same thing as the concealer. I like to blend it in really well just to kind of get rid of any lines that might be there, any creases, just really fill them in. So I swipe back and forth kind of when I'm blending this concealer into her eyelid. Now the palette that I'm going to be using for this eyeshadow look is the Take Me to Brazil palette by BH Cosmetics, and as you can believe, I did start with yellow, so I'm just packing in this yellow using a BH Cosmetics blending brush. I like to go lightest to darkest, so as I keep gradually getting to darker colors, you're going to see the colors transitioning into each other. So you'll still see some of the yellow, you'll still see some of the orange that I'm going to use. But I like the eyes to look very airbrushed and very gradually transitioned. You'll see what I mean in a second. I know this clip is a little bit long. I left it like that on purpose just so you guys can see kind of how much I go back and forth and how many times I go back into the color. I'm really just packing it on until I'm happy with how vibrant it is. Now I'm going in with a orange shade right on top of the yellow, but I take it down one notch so that you can still see some of the yellow peeking through. And I'm just going to blend and blend and blend and blend until it's as pigmented again and as vibrant as I'd like it to be. The end result of this eye look, you would never think. Like she had no idea that I used yellow, pink, orange. She couldn't even see where that came from. Now I'm going in with a pink, like a dark pink color, and I'm applying that right below that orange shade, but still blending it up a little bit so that it's not, you know, very separate colors, not very visible. It has to look transitioned. And I'm using the same brush the entire time. I love a smoky eye that's very like dark on the lid and then very vibrant in the crease and above it. That's my favorite. Now I'm going to be going in with like a chocolate shade. This is actually, I think it's Teddy or Cocoa. Hot Cocoa. I'm sorry, Hot Cocoa by Makeup Geek. And I'm putting that right below the pink shade, but still blending it in, of course, to make it look, you know, transitioned. I'm dragging it onto the lid a little bit. You can be messy with that. It's not a big deal because the lid's going to be so dark that it'll hide any kind of fallout that you got on your lid. So like I said, every time you apply a color, just take it down one step. Go a little bit lower each time. And I'm really just making sure it's blended in. Now I'm actually using a eyeliner on her lid as my base for her smoky eye. So just black eyeliner would do right on top of your lid. Try to be a little careful as you get closer to your crease because you don't want to get it on top of the crease and make a mess. So I never go, you see there's a little bit of a lightness of a space between the crease and the color and then the black on the lid. I'd rather just play it safe and use the black eyeshadow to smoke out that area instead of getting it stuck with eyeliner. As I get closer to the crease too, I use just the extra, whatever's left over on the brush. Now I'm packing on black eyeshadow. That same Take Me to Brazil palette comes with black eyeshadow, so I'm using that one. I'm packing it on, but then I'll blend it out. The eyeliner underneath is just going to make sure that the black stays very black. Sometimes throughout the day your makeup fades out and then your black is kind of smeared and patchy looking. It won't look patchy if you use eyeliner underneath. And now I'm just blending it out in the crease to merge all the colors together. So if you look closely, you can see the yellow, you can see some of the orange, you can see the brown, and now the black. The pink was kind of hidden, but that's okay. What I'm doing is I'm just going back in with that deep brown color and kind of applying it over the lid, cleaning up the crease a little bit. And for lashes, you won't believe, but these lashes are $1. They're actually from a site called Shop Miss A. I'll definitely link that in the description below. They have awesome lashes for $1. You cannot beat that. I'm using Makeup Forever's foundation stick, the HD foundation in 153. And I did mix in a little bit of a deeper shade. She was a little tan at the moment, so 153 was a little light. And I'm blending it with my beauty blender. Beauty blender sucked. That one was not a real beauty blender, so I'm going in with a brush right now. And there's a real beauty blender. She's having such a struggle with her foundation. I believe this was the Maybelline Master Conceal in medium, and I'm using that right under her eyes. I usually do it in like a T shape, so I'll do under the eyes, I'll do a little on the chin, on the bridge of the nose, and the forehead. Now I'm just going in with a little bit of like a cream bronzer, just to kind of bronze up the edges of her face a little bit. It wasn't anything crazy, it wasn't too dark, so it didn't do like any huge of a difference, but it kind of just warms it up a little bit. I am using the RCMA No Color powder to set her face and let her bake for a little bit. Make sure you blend out any creases under the eyes first before setting it with powder, or else those creases will get stuck. How cute do her eyes look though? I love a smoky eye. Now using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, I am going to be contouring her face. If you guys are picking up any background noise, I'm so sorry. I'm outside and there's like drums playing in the background. There's a lot happening. I'm doing this with a very light hand because I used that cream contour on her already, so it kind of warmed up her face a little bit, and I don't want it to be such of a strong contour. So I'm just going very lightly. I am dusting away the powder. I used Anastasia Beverly Hills Ashton on her lips. My camera turned off at that point, which I'm so sorry. And under her eyes, I'm doing the exact same process I did on her lids. So yellow to orange to pink to brown, and then to black right on top. I know it seems like a lot, but it goes really quickly. You don't have to be super neat with it. Just one right on top of the other, and then try to get that black as close to the waterline as you can. So you see I'm just layering one color right on top of the next. The black I try to get as very close to the waterline as I can, just so that those brighter shades can peep through a little bit. If I go right on top of it, it's just going to all blend into one color. I am applying a highlight right now. This is the Mcgrath new Skin Fetish highlight in gold. So I'm doing the cream, and then I go on top of it with the powder that it comes with. And let me tell you, that highlighter is serious. It's so beautiful. And this pretty much concludes the look. I hope you guys liked it. I'm sorry if it was too long, but I just wanted to make a comeback, you know?